The Anna Show, presented by the Cleveland Foundation. Be a part of the bigger picture. We're doing this new segment. It's called Ana, Llévame Contigo, and that means Ana, take me with you. That is so not fair. That is so good. It was amazing to see such strong Cleveland connections to the island. We went to Calle, Puerto Rico. Hola, buenas tardes, good afternoon. We are in God's country. We take you to Juneau, Alaska. As you can see behind me, when I first saw this glacier, this Mendenhall Glacier, it brought tears to my eyes. It's so beautiful. It's actually blue ice. It looks like a painting. If you look to the right, there's a beautiful waterfall, and people can actually, there's a trail that leads them to that waterfall, and they can get right up and close to it. And there's no rain. There's actually blue skies here today. They've also taken out billions of dollars in gold out of these mountains. So today we're looking for bears and goats, and we actually have a porcupine sighting on camera. Today on our segment, Ana, Take Me With You, Ana, Llévame Contigo, we take an exciting trip from Cleveland to Juneau, Alaska. At the Historic Visitor Center, there are all kinds of wildlife. They had to close some of the trails here because there were bear sightings. You can also see spawning salmon. But where else in the United States could you spot a wild porcupine? The Mendenhall Glacier is about 13.6 miles long. It's frozen blue water, and nature's design on the ice is simply stunning. The Mendenhall Glacier is about 12 miles from downtown Juneau, Alaska. We have some amazing aerial footage captured by Carolyn and Adrian Palmier, our family, as they flew over and landed on the Mendenhall Glacier. What a view! The natural ice formations are stunning up close, and the years of melting and freezing make some of Mother Nature's most beautiful sculptures. The ice has a deep blue color, and the guide said you can even drink the crystal clear water as it melts. This glacier was formed during the Little Ice Age about 3,000 years ago. It is receding about 100 to 150 feet a year and currently empties into the Mendenhall Lake.
The glacier and the falls, it's beautiful, beautiful.
It's absolutely awesome. To look at it, it's really amazing.
We then traveled to Glacier Bay, a journey through time. Here you can witness some breathtaking glaciers and watch calving happen right before your eyes. When this happens, huge chunks of ice fall into the lake. It sounds like thunder and lightning.
There goes.
This is a home to over 20,000 bald eagles. Watch as they circle against a frozen mountain of ice looking for food. Wow! Birds ride chunks of ice down river while we see some of the most beautiful mountain ranges in the world. Back on land, we visit downtown Juneau, Alaska. 12% of the people who live in Juneau are native to Alaska.
I'm in a couple of dance groups, and we travel around once in a while, and I just do this during the summer so I can get out of my place.
We also rode the aerial tram to Mount Roberts. It took 6 minutes to reach 1,800 feet. Okay, so we're in Alaska. We went up on a tram. over 1,000 feet up in the air, and they've actually taken out about $26 billion in gold out of this mountain alone here in Alaska. This is Juneau, Alaska. It is the rain capital of the world, but we actually have blue skies for our trip. At the top, we walked through amazing forest and stunning views. There is also a nature center on top and a rescue center for bald eagles. Nature's artwork is amazing and continues to evolve.
Hi, this is Matt Galini with Mentor iPhone Repair. We fix iPhones, iPads, and iPods. Most repairs are done in 15 minutes or less. If you're looking for a case for your brand new iPhone, we have hundreds to choose from. We also have pre-owned devices at a great price. You need extra protection? All of our tempered glass has a lifetime warranty. Need to get a grip? How about a pop socket? We also have a variety of iPad cases as well. I'm Matt Galini. Come see my new store located across from Great Lakes Mall in Mentor.
Elizabeth Image Unisex Salon, where looking good is understood. Cleveland's first Hispanic female barber entrepreneur, and she does my hair every week. Her team does hair, updos, eyebrows, pedicures, and will do your makeup for that special occasion. Elizabeth Image Unisex Salon, located at 4355 Ridge Road in Brooklyn, Ohio. You can contact her and her staff at 216-961-4441, elizabethimage.com. We are in Wickliffe, Ohio at the Fast. There are tens of thousands of people here. This is one of the largest Christian festivals in Northeast Ohio, and they're all here together, united under one God.
We love this. We live for this. I mean, we are from the City Life Church here in Cleveland on the east side. It's a new church. We've been open for about a year now. Our pastor is Danny Gonzalez. I don't know if you know him. Yeah. And I mean, we've been blessed, being there just for a year. But our ministry, we had our ministry for a long time, almost 5 years now. She recorded her first CD, Christian CD. Doors have been open everywhere. We just came from Florida. I mean, we were there too. She was invited to sing there, 3 different churches. But yeah, this is what we live for.
It's nice to see all God's people coming together, you know what I'm saying?
A unity dinner called John 17, helping church leaders come together, different churches breaking bread with each other.
Here to be together and to draw people in and let them see something beautiful in us that draws them to the King.
There were various speakers along with Christian artist TobyMac, and they spoke about the importance of unity.
And I love these kind of gatherings where leaders in the city gather together, hopefully under the umbrella of the scripture of John 17. And I kind of feel it's so important to Jesus' heart. I mean, just think about it. If you knew you were going to die the next day, how important would the words be that you would speak to the people closest to you? Pretty important. What Jesus talked about, he hoped and talked to his disciples and hoped that they would be one as he and the Father were one, so the whole world would know the truth.
So how do we make this unity work among churches?
It's going to be through relationship, kinsmanship, coming together, separate from all the divisions, and keeping Christ the head of all of it. God will bring it together when we work together as one, just like John 17.
Where do we start?
We're going to start on our knees, praying and reaching out, building relationships, one relationship at a time. One relationship at a time, and allow it to grow. Take it to our churches, to our parishes, take it to the streets, to our communities.
What do you think is the best way to reach out to people?
Best way to reach out to people is to recognize their humanity, looking past the surface, seeing who they are, being open to sharing who we are, and connecting person to person.
Y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús. Dios te salve María, llena de gracia, el Señor es contigo.
Another spot of inspiration was found nearby at the fest when local Hispanics were invited to pray the rosary in their native tongue with Bishop Perez. There's misconceptions about it, like people think that we're worshiping Mary. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, you know, from the Catholic perspective, we certainly are not worshiping Mary. You know, we are venerating Mary, and we hold her in great esteem, you know, as the first of all disciples. And in the same way that, you know, I hold my mother in great esteem. And when I really wanted to get something done, that's where I went. You know, because at the end of the day, my mother ran the house. You know, and in so many ways, it's a great consolation to me, right? You know, it's that gospel from John where they go and ask Jesus to perform a miracle and turn water into wine. And his initial response is, "It's not my time yet." Until then, they went to her, and he said, and his response, he couldn't back down, right? Her response was, "Do whatever he tells you." And guess what happened? Water was turned into wine. That's the first miracle in the Gospel of John. And so that's my faith in the Blessed Mother, and as the model of what it means to be a disciple of Christ.
What do you think people get out of praying the rosary? I think so many things.
I know that the same for people is for me. It's calming. It's calming and it's peaceful. And depending on where I find myself, sometimes a rosary for me has been the rope that I'm holding on to, right? And sometimes it's been the soothing balm of the repetition of a prayer.
It's so
that centers me and calms me.
Yeah, when my dad passed away and they were taking him away on the ambulance, that is the prayer that I prayed all the way to the hospital.
Right.
And the whole time I was there, and I shared it with another priest, and he said that was the same prayer that he prayed when his mom was passing away. So there is
right, and I pray when my mom has been sick and my dad has been sick. You know, it's just a powerful prayer. But it also has wonderful fruits inside of the person who prays it.
It was an evening of fellowship for all for the thousands who attended the fest. Wouldn't it be great if all of these people came together every week in unity?
It's nice to see all God's people coming together, you know what I'm saying?
Hi, I'm Trudy Ramos, President and CEO of Alternalite Electric, and this is my husband, Jose, Executive Vice President. We can save you up to 80% on your commercial electric bill and provide you with the highest quality lighting while saving you time and energy. We will perform a complimentary energy assessment to help you determine which energy-saving program is right for you. Visit www.alternalite.com or call us at 440-777-7800 to see how much we can save you.
Everything went super easy. We realized a lot of cost savings, and it was a good project to do.
Alternalite, lighting the way to a greener future.
Veronia Nail Spa, Lily will design anything you want on your nails. She is in high demand. It's a full-service spa located in Menor, Ohio, 7340 Menor Avenue. Call now, 440-953-8108. Abraham Lopez is a young Colombian man with his eye on the future. He is a student at Cleveland State University studying to be a doctor. Lopez has done an internship with the Cleveland Clinic researching neuroscience, and he's also the winner of a local Esperanza scholarship. Esperanza means hope.
I was 13 years old when I came to the United States in December of 2013. The first time I saw snow, I was so excited. I was expecting a Christmas like the ones I had seen in the movies. With kids having a snow battle, caroling, and the decorations everywhere. But the Christmas I experienced wasn't anything like that.
His inspiration and drive to succeed come from the obstacles that he had to overcome in his childhood. Lopez had to overpower depression because of a big loss he had in his life.
Well, my brother died when I was 6 years old. He drank a toxic liquid, which burned his esophagus. He really couldn't eat anything. Anything that he would eat, he would throw it up. So the food that he would eat, it was like, I said, yes, mushy liquid. And so that was like something that was really difficult for me. I was depressed because of that.
Abraham recently shared his story at a Esperanza Scholarship Awards dinner where he received a standing ovation.
That doctor gave my brother joy in a situation where it was hard to find. I want to be like that doctor, to make a difference in someone's life.
Like 2 years ago, once I actually started taking it as okay, he's gone. I need to make something out of my life. My mom has always been there to support me, to tell me that how he was and how much faith he had. So like that was what I had to take away from him, that he had much faith in what he wanted to do. And the thing is, he also wanted to be a doctor. As he was little, he would say, yeah, Mom, I want to be a doctor. So I guess that's also part of my motivation to become a doctor.
To fulfill
yeah.
his dream too.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's kind of funny because he was the one who wanted to be a doctor, but I'm the one feeling the dream. I guess
He's always with you.
Yeah. He has been my support. I know I can't see him or touch him, but he's with me along with everything.
Learning English was a big barrier. His strong focus and family support has helped him face the challenge.
My stepfather was the one who bring the thought of learning 5 new words in a day to get, start learning English. So I started like that, learning 5 new words, learning the definition. Not really the pronunciation because, didn't really know how to say things, but also watching TV in English, and that was also a good way. And also transferring from schools, I knew I had to not get out of my own community, but I had to talk more in English. So I had to take that step in order to get out that barrier.
So do you have any advice for any young man who is, who's in high school, who's thinking about going to college, and maybe has a lot of obstacles, right?
Well, I would say that always look for help. There is help out there, and don't be afraid to go look for it. There is people out there that is willing to help you. No matter what it is, they want to help you. So yeah, I think that's my main advice. I had to look for a lot of help, go up to my teachers after school. And I remember, like I say, always being on my advisor every day just for that help. And probably I didn't get that help, probably wouldn't be here. A lot of my scholarships, I got them because I got help from them. So yeah, look for help. That's my main advice.
Just keep knocking on the doors.
Yeah, and just keep maintaining the determination you have. If others could, we also can.
Lopez perseveres through the battles of life and is becoming a beacon of hope for generations of young Latinos facing adversity. Like all of us, his potential is limitless.
If Esperanza wants to see the fruit of its work, you just saw it, didn't you? Talk about hope. Give him a round of applause.
In a little strip mall on the near west side of Cleveland is a hidden gem polished in Miami. We are at Sabor Miami today in Cleveland, which means Miami flavor. and it's so cute in here. They have the best coffee, one of the best coffees I've ever had. It's café con leche, coffee with milk. Reminds me of the mountains of Puerto Rico. And not only is the food and the drink good, but the artwork is beautiful.
Also, I can do like a realism, you know, like the Cubana. She's one of my favorite paintings, and it's part of the Sabor Miami vibe, you know. Everybody's in love with her, and I took her every part I go, like, you know, for events on yeah. This is kind of, we're gonna do this in a painting night, and I want to people have a nice piece of art.
I love
this
that.
This is Cassiopeia. It's a constellation because remember my dad when I was a little girl, and we see the stars, you know. And yeah, it took me like a 1.5 years to finish her.
Wow.
The other one behind is the coffee flower. This is coffee is one of my passions, you know. We grow with the coffee culture. This is the coffee flower, and this is the coffee fruit, so she's one of my favorite too. Yeah, this is my artwork, how you see, and I want to.
So why is she your favorite? Just because she looks like somebody that's in Miami?
I don't know. She's like a strong.
She is.
I took a reference. I think it's a Cuban lady I saw online. But I don't know. For me, she's like a strong. And I love strong woman. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like to paint her. I don't know. I just took the time to do the details, you know. And I put a lot of turquoises because I love turquoises. So
yeah, the bright colors.
She have part of me too.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, so why did you decide to bring Miami to Cleveland?
Well, I was missing, you know, the coffee.
The coffee.
So yeah, the culture, you know. I love to bring a little bit of Miami. Sabor is taste, so I can have a little bit of everything. It's not just Cuban, it's a mix of everything, like Latin America, Caribbean. It's like a fusion. I want to have the café con leche here, the Cuban colada. And people now is knowing about the Cuban colada and the culture, so I want to have a place with the good music, with art, and good food. And coffee, of course. I put my art in the kitchen too. I think everything I do is with passion.
So what do you think about the place?
Oh, love it. Love it. I'm a little leery going to small places. You know, you never know about the food. I love Spanish or Latino food, and my husband doesn't, and so this has been a real treat to be here today.
I have had everything on this menu.
You were one of the first people that reviewed?
I was one of the first ever Yelp reviewers here. I think my review was only about 2 sentences long. First one was wow, and I think I said something about how they're going to outgrow this space, and that was it.
Okay.
And one really cool thing is Mariela, she responded to my comment very quickly, and that was when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back here often.
Aww,
so it was one of those
sweet.
kind of things. Yeah.
Okay, so you've tried everything.
I have.
So what do you have in front of you?
This is actually the one thing I haven't tried. I should say, this is the ceviche wrap.
Okay.
It was recommended by my server Adriana.
Okay.
So I'm gonna check it out.
What's ceviche?
That's what I asked too. I thought maybe it was slang for like wrap.
Or seafood or something?
Or seafood? No,
yeah.
But I mean, it's burrito. It's essentially what it is.
With meat in it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And some plantains and some other stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shane says, can you try a bite?
Oh, sure. Sure. Let's try this.
It looks good. Anything with plantains.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Shane.
Impressive.
And what did you try?
I got the pan con bistec, which
okay, so steak
basically
sandwich?
a steak sandwich Beefsteak is one of my favorite dishes. It's something that's crossed all ethnicities and nationalities, and I always love to try another nationality's version of it.
So tell people, for people who don't know what beefsteak is, how would you describe it?
Let's see, it's a salty, thinly sliced beef, kept very juicy and served with marinated onions as well. Perfect amount of crunch, perfect amount of tender beef. It's a great flavor in the mouth.
So Mariela owns the restaurant, and this is her proud mama, Vilma. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias, Anita. Mucho gusto de tenerte por acá.
Ay,
gracias por venir a visitarnos y hacer este programa.
Ay.
Te agradecemos mucho. Sabemos que tienes mucha audiencia en el ISAI. Ya sé que te miran también y estamos muy orgullosas de que seas un talento latino.
Ay, gracias. She's so sweet. So también hablas inglés, ¿verdad?
Un poco, sí.
Okay.
No, bueno, sí me defiendo.
Te defiendo. Okay, si te pregunto algo en inglés,
sí,
okay.
Sí, está
okay.
bien.
So tell me about. So you help your daughter here all the time.
Yes.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
Every time I've come in here, you're in here with her.
Yes, I am here.
So you support her.
I support her because I know this business is it has a potential to grow up more, and she needs help. If I can help, I do it. Yes.
What do you think about her food?
About the food? Oh, the food is so great. Every single dish is so delicious. People tell us about the food, also the good comments on Yelp and Google and her Facebook page, Sabor Miami. Everybody is talking about the food, the great food that we have. Her vision was to bring to Cleveland a coffee shop that is unique. Food, nobody have the food. I don't know now, people are selling empanaditas or something else. The decoration and the colors. She wants to bring tropical to whole Cleveland. So when people come here, they say, oh, the old ladies say, oh, I feel like I am on vacation in Miami. They like it, the decoration. Sometimes I say, oh, I mean, maybe it's too much, but people love it.
Yeah, that's great.
They love it, and this is, I can say that it's a unique decoration and food, because we are now actually really the home of the Cuban colada, the tropic shop, and the Cuban sandwich, because I hear from customers that this Cuban sandwich is better than they had in Miami.
Ooh.
Today I have one customer that told me that. Ooh. And tropic shop, nobody has it. And Cuban colada, at the beginning when she started, she opened it, just one colada a day, 2 coladitas at the weeks, and now everybody's asking for Cuban colada. Mm-hmm. So we are the pioneer for Cuban colada, and I think Clevelanders will be addicted to Cuban colada in 5 years.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
will have Cuban colada.
Well, make sure you make it out to Sabor Miami. They actually won the Best of Cleveland with the Cleveland Magazine last year. And they made it with this plate. It's called salchipapas, and it has French fries, my favorite, corn, kibasi, some of their special sauce, and they have just some wonderful plates out here. So come on here and join us.